Hey, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. This is Spirit Journey. How are you? Today is Saturday, yes. Good morning, Saturday morning vision talk, yes. Good morning. Today is July 12th, 2025, and the time now is 7:18 a.m. Wow. Boy, boy, I feel so tired. Ooh la la, as I could say. Yes, I am awake, and Lavi boy, he's walked into the next room. Yeah, I guess he's doing okay, my little fur baby. Yeah, I think we'll stay in today. But either way, how you all doing? I hope all is well with you. Yeah, I hear the birds tweeting outside. It sounds nice. You hear 'em? Yeah, it sounds real nice. I like that. Yeah, I want to share with you more visions that I had. And one of them, I fell asleep, had a dream, and woke up again. Yeah, I guess I was very tired. I was listening to a program last night. Yeah, I used to listen to this YouTuber back when I lived in America. Symptoms of Reality. So really, two twins. Oh yeah, a set of twins back in America, and they were really interesting. I think I first learned about them. They were on a program, I think, and they had a metaphysical experience. And I used to watch them. And so, but since I've moved to Rwanda, I haven't. And I got like a pop up on my screen that the show was going on live. And so I joined in. It was almost midnight, so it was like, oh, I don't know what time they are, but East Coast. But I'm seeing this show at midnight, Rwanda time, you know. And yeah, they gave me a good shout out. Oh, it's a wonderful feeling. Yeah, it was a wonderful, shout out. I think I should call a shout out uh, on me. It's really nice. It made me feel welcome. Yeah, they said, hey, you were to come on my show. So I told her, yeah, I'll contact my twin and see what we can do. I would love to do it next week. I told them. So yeah, so it was really nice. It was really nice talk. They play really good music. I mean, I haven't listened to them in quite a while. I've been here for a year and a half. So yeah, it's been a while. And yeah, they're musicians. They play beautiful music, and they're two black individuals. I think they're from California, and then they I remember they gave their story and everything, and I really like their vibes and everything. Um, they don't have like a chip on their shoulder. They're just people that just so happen to be, people of color, but it was fabulous. I like the vibe. So, yeah, I would like to go on their show. Of course, I'm here in Rwanda, so I guess through, over the internet. Yeah, I would love to go speak on their show. So that's about that. Yeah, they had their paranormal experiences, and I'm trying to find the video where they actually discussed it. So, so that's that. So with today's um, video live stream, oops, sorry, I forget that when I'm on my my smartphone doing StreamYard. I have to keep on touching the screen because the screen will go dormant. So yeah, so I just tapped on it. So what happened? I hope I can remember everything. Yeah, I was tired. Um, yeah, I had woken up, and the first thing I remember, yeah, I saw a woman. It was it seemed it wasn't well lit. It wasn't well lit, the subject. Um, but it was a woman. And I'm seeing her close to her face. She looked, she had Caucasian features, a narrow, long face, long nose, brunette, uh, looked like a long hair. And I saw the side of her, three-quarters of her face on her, it'd be on her right side. It was slightly turned to see it on that angle. And her mouth was open. It looked like maybe she was, some type of distress or something, or some intense emotion. And again, I don't get audio. I don't get any audio. Yeah, I'm like seeing her face maybe um, 6 to 8 inches away from her face. And on her cheek, she had three scratches, like three parallel lines. Um, it went across her cheek, uh, from like going from, like, how to say, like from the cheekbone going towards the jawline, rather than going from the ear going down towards the chin. No, it was like from the cheekbone going down to the jaw, the your jawbone. Yeah, three of them. And I do not know the lady. I never saw her. She looked young, um, maybe in her 30s, late 20s, 30s. And I don't know what that meant. But I'm reminded. I'm I'm reminded that a couple of years ago. Remember, I shared you this before. Um, I had a vision of this man, a young man, could have been like late teens, early 20s, um, an African, I think, dark complexion, smooth skin, and he's wearing a, a, a top, like a dark knit top. I think it was long sleeve. And when I appeared, like when my vision appeared to me, I was positioned, like I think he was sitting at a table, and his arms are resting on the table, and he's looking at something. And I'm thinking something he must have had in his hand. He was staring at it, and I'm positioned from probably near where his hands are on the table, looking at his face, looking at him. Don't know him, and he had a weird hairline, and he had scar on his face. His was from like, I guess where the ears are, and scratch all the way down towards where his mouth would be, or chin, It was a long one, and it had this silvery color ointment on top of it. These were really deep scars, like a scratch. But it seemed almost like an implement was used to make the scarification. It looked freshly done, so you could see that there's a big gouge. Looked like an implement that was very sharp and a V shape. And it, oh boy, that must have been famous. And I'm looking at this dude, and then I look at his face. Like I see like everything, it seemed like everything all at once. And then I zoom in on his eyes after seeing his cheek. And his eye, it was completely black. I mean, no white part of the eyes, just the whole eyeball completely jet black. And I got scared and I opened up my eyes. Yeah, I didn't want to be around him. I didn't know. Because I've heard about the black eyed children, and that they're supposed to be mischief. But again, he's not a child, but he's a young adult. But I was afraid because that was after I had the vision on a prior occasion about the another African man, and he pulled out a spear to stab me, and I think this is a vision, but no, he actually saw me. I don't know, my spirit was in the room, whatever. He saw what he how he saw. I don't know what how he saw me, but he saw me, and he was trying to stab me. It was quite frightening. I mean, I wanted to get out. I wasn't there to eavesdrop on anybody, but that's what happened. I mentioned that. Um, Might have been like 2 to 3 years ago. It was very intimidating. And again, when I get visions, I don't think about what I'm gonna see. I just see what pops up. So I became more cautious about my meditation that I do in the morning to uh, get into this vision. So yeah, so today's vision. I saw a woman. Her scars will look more surfacey, wasn't as deep, and it was shorter. Hers would look like an inch and a half long, and three like a scratch, and they're equal in length. And it was wow. Yeah, she didn't see me. I just was seeing her. It's as if I'm watching a TV, and seeing her. And it was seemed dark in the room, a little hazy. You couldn't see it that clear. But that's what I saw today. And then I think it switched the scene, but I remember there was something else I saw today in the vision. A table. This was an area view. Um, I'm a couple of feet above them, not too high up. They were in a room. Um, I believe they were male. At least that's my impression. They were males, and I think it was an oval table, not too big. And they seemed it was dark in the room, very dark. And the figures seemed small, and I I would call them beings rather than people. They the shape seemed a little different about them. They were relatively small, um, shadowy, or there's sharp angles to them. Um, but I felt they were male. That's what I felt when I looked at it. These feel like they could be males. and they just, you see them moving about at the table. They were all seated down. Yeah. Um, I felt like maybe they were playing a game. That's what I thought. Maybe they were playing a game. I think one might have reached forward or something at the table. And then I think I saw another table, another scene of someone at a table. And I see that there was an object at the center of the table. There was a different scene, different table. But this table looked like a dish or something around, like a bowl that was in the center of the table. And I know there was movement, people, and I felt they were male also. Yeah, that's what I saw. And it was, again, dark in the room, a little hazy, no real details, but I saw the shape of the table, that was oval. Yes, hello, viewer. Yeah, I saw that it was oval. Wow. I don't know what this is about, boy. Yeah, this is what I saw today. Again, I never get any audio, no audio, so I don't know what if they're speaking. What language are they speaking? Um, yeah, I'm very curious about it. Then I fell asleep. I fell asleep, and then I actually had a dream, and yeah, just one thing slid in another. I'm in a cafeteria. I remember. Um, yeah, the cafeteria. I never saw this cafeteria, but I remember at one point I'm at a table, cafeteria tables, the long tables. There's a lot of people. And I remember saying, oh, when it's going to be, my turn to get at the table. And I was thinking about there might have been officers or something. Yeah, I know I thought it in the dream. This part, is actually a dream. And the response, oh, you have to wait till they finish, get serving them. Yeah, I remember I wanted to eat. It was a lot of people. Just seemed very busy. Then I remember one point I see a young woman. She looked familiar. Um, I had done ayahuasca before, and she looked like that woman. But I remember at one point, um, I had a hula hoop. I had three of them, and I think I had. Oh, I'm trying to remember now. I'm not sure if I was doing the hula hoop, but I remember at one point I said, yeah, I had three hula hoops. I might have had them with me or something. And then the lady, young lady, she had. I think I might have said to her, "Hey, I have hula hoop also," and hers was it looked like it was unraveling her hula hoop. It was brightly colored, very metallic looking, had like deep blues, and I think it was unraveling her hula hoop, and I think I might have put hers on. I wanted to see if I can do it, the hula, the hula hoop thing. Uh, and then I remember, yeah, it was very crowded, a lot of people, a lot of action in the room. And I think what's that? I think she might have fell on me she, she sat down on my lap or something. And I think I kind of fell backwards a little bit. Yeah, I forget exactly but I remember something like that. She was a big lady, big person. She could have been in her 20s. She had a youthful way about her. She looked young, but she reminded the lady that I saw before at a ayahuasca meeting. Very nice human being. Um, that happened. I know there's more to the story, you know. Um, but yeah, that's what I could remember. It's just a busy night, busy night. Yeah, in real life, I did have a hula hoop. I only bought one. Yeah, I bought it. Wow, I bought it early in my. I think I was a student. Yeah, I was a student back then. This was in the like I think the single digits. It could have been 2006, 2005. Yeah, they this is in Times Square. Yeah, Times Square used to have a toy store. I think there's more than one. They had, yeah, they had Toys R Us. Yeah, they had the whole thing. Yeah, yeah, New York City, that area around Times Square, they had a lot of. You think you have a lot. They have a lot of stores now. They back then they had a lot of stuff. Yeah, a lot of stores, a lot of places for children there. Yeah, they had a bona fide toy store, big one. And you could buy almost anything there. Yeah, it's a giant store. So yeah, things come and go. But I remember that I purchased my hula there, and wow, I can say. And yeah, I wanted to go out there and go to Central Park and do my hula. I remember. Yeah, I never did that though. Yeah, but I thought about it. So that's what that's that. And yeah, it was a very busy night. Very busy night. Um, Dreaming and then the visions and everything. I can't remember half the things, but that's what I could remember. People. Um, yeah, life has many layers. Yeah, I think this world really is like a simulation. It acts like a computer, like you're on the internet and you could, you know, see a lot of stuff. Yeah, yesterday also I had my last doctor appointment, and oh, what was that now? Oh, I think I was going to say about that. Um, oh yeah, it's a neurology department, and they had these diagrams of the brain, the circuitry of the brain and what the brain is responsible for. And how do we see people? I mean, what are we seeing? What we see, and I realize, and I think someone else talked about this, that the brain really is a biological Bluetooth. It allows us to tap onto the sensory, the impulses, whatever, of the frequencies of something else, and it only translates. You know, it the brain um, helps us. We have the eyes as a receptor to see, and we can see things out there. There's things energetically outside of us, which allows us to see what's in our immediate environment. But then you have um, what you see in your inner eye. It's still picking up data. It is amazing. It was amazing to look at the diagram. It allows you to taste, smell, touch. But what if in your inner eye, your third eye, it is picking up things, and some people could what they call astral travel. Yes, people. Some of us, yeah, astral travel. Some people could see we call remotely, and they could see what's going on at other distances. But yet, they're see. I think it's a difference between, in my opinion, it's a difference between astral travel and remote viewing. Even though you're experiencing in both activities, But I think with the astral travel, that a different part of your being is actually able to interact in the environment sometimes. I think they can. Um, but in remote viewing, your mind, it doesn't interact, but you can just see. It's like your camera, like you're a camera, and you can see. So I mean, it's really interesting. I mean, what do you guys think? What do you think they're the same phenomena, astral travel and remote viewing? You know, have you done this before? Have you practiced the art of astral travel or remote viewing? Yeah. Also, I did take lessons in astral travel. See, I'm afraid of astral travel because astral travel, again, I really think that you're a different energy body of yours is actually leaving your body, and when the process is done, you're actually you can't move. You're still, and something like they said when you're coming you're coming out of your body, you feel it, and I mean it's really wild. Now I I remember when I first went to the class, my whole body was vibrating real violently, and I got scared. Yeah, fear will ruin everything. um, but then on another occasion in the class, my arm, like is on my lap. I'm lying down, and then I felt something come out of my arm, and you feel it, and it's like went out my hand, and then my elbow was pivoted to the ground. So it's like swinging back and forth, went out and then back in. And in the natural, if I would have done that in the natural, my natural arm, I would have hit the person next to me and nothing happened. So I realized, oh my God, that's my astral body. Yeah. So I personally believe that, yeah, the phenomenon is real. It is real, people. Wow. So, yeah, these phenomena are real, and some people. This one YouTuber um, is able to. I think he astro travels. Something energetically happens, and he said when he did it, these black helicopters surrounded him. Yeah, he did it in Central Park, near Cleopatra's Needle, and I think it said a helicopter came above him, and then he did it at home, and the same for they were harassing him, and someone had came astrally, if I remember right, someone astrally came to him and warned him not to do that. Yeah, isn't that something? Yeah, he was a guest on the James Rink show. James Rink, yes, forget the name of the guy, but yeah, he did that, and yeah, so evidently you have people that some of them might be hired by the government to be like watchdogs astrally to make sure no one comes in astrally to eavesdrop or something like that. Yeah, it's a real thing, people. Whether you believe it or not, the government believes in it and they know that it happens and they hire people to uh, block these occurrences. Unreal, unreal. Again, the things that I see is, when I'm waking up from sleeping or dreaming, um, and I see what I see. I don't say, okay, let's go to such and such place. And It's not as clear anymore. What I'm seeing is very hazy, but it is fantastic when you see something real super clear. Something looks like a super clear camera zooming in on something. Again, I don't get any audio. And I see that when I went to the doctors yesterday, the neurology department, they had the picture of the brain, like a little diagram what it controls. And it's the back of the head that controls the vision and audio. So I got to somehow tell the brain, hey, turn on audio. Let me hear what's going on. Yeah. So that's about that, people. Yeah. So yeah, I see it's 7:48 in the morning, and this is what what my experiences are as for my vision of the day. So yeah, I'm gonna still keep on keeping on, and uh, I'll share next time again. So take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful day out there. This is Spirit Journey signing off. Bye bye.